For the first time ever, convicted killer Jory Worthen is talking and answering questions that many have been asking ever since he killed his fiancée Alyssa Cannon and her 4-year-old son Braden inside their home in Camden, Arkansas, back on June 25th of 2019. Not only did he allow Alyssa's mother to read her impact statement directly to him, but with her permission, he also agreed to my interview request. Tonight, in this Fox 16 exclusive, Worthen shares with me what he remembers about that tragic night, how he survived after running from law enforcement, and the mistake he believes he made that put him behind bars for the rest of his life. In the letter you sent me, you said a lot of horrible and nasty things have been said about me. I've been made out to be some kind of monster or evil person. But that is just not me. It's not who I am or who I was. Some people might have a hard time believing that, considering what happened.
Yes, sir.
So, who were you back then?
I was just a normal guy. I mean, I loved music. I loved hanging out with my friends and my family. I loved Alyssa and Braden. I was a family person. I was at home with them all the time. You know, we went everywhere together. We were happy.
But on June 22nd, 2019, everything changed following a family cookout at Alyssa's mother's house.
Everybody was there, you know, me, Alyssa, Braden, Ryan, their 2 younger brothers. We were all there just drinking, having a good time.
But that good time didn't last long. Worthen telling me that before the family cookout, he had been drinking heavily, taking Xanax and ecstasy for 2 straight days.
We were all outside listening to music, and that's really the last thing I remember.
According to police records, Worthen, Alyssa, and Braden left the cookout at around midnight and drove home. What happened next was brutal and unimaginable. Alyssa's mother, Alyssa Cannon, hadn't heard from her daughter in 48 hours, so she filed a missing persons report with Camden Police. On June 25th, 2 days after the family cookout, police conducted a welfare check at Alyssa and Jory Worthen's home. When officers arrived, everything looked normal. The house locked up tight. But everything changed when officers peeked through a window in the back of the house.
I just saw her.
What did she look?
Looked like she was laying face down.
Officers immediately kicked in the door. And once inside, made the gruesome discovery. According to the medical examiner, Alyssa had been beaten and strangled to death. Braden died from repeated blows to his head. And at that point, police had only one suspect on their radar, Jory Worthen.
Do whatever you got to do to find him in that car.
So what happened? Worthen claims he doesn't remember because he blacked out. But you wake up and you find Alyssa and Braden dead?
Yes. I found their bodies. I woke up, I was looking for them. I called for Alyssa, and I went around the house and looked for them, and I found their bodies.
What'd you do at that point?
I freaked out. I mean, I didn't know what to do. There was so many things going through my head. I just didn't know what to do.
Did you know at that point that you did it?
I had to. I mean, I don't see that if anybody else could have done it.
So what'd you do next?
I tried to slip my wrist open.
But Worthen says that didn't work. So he then tried taking pills and Benadryl.
That didn't work either. I just threw that up, and then I just didn't know what to do. I was so scared. I just left.
That was less than 12 hours after the murder, and at this point, no one knew or even suspected anything had happened to Alyssa or Braden. So Worthen jumped in Alyssa's 2007 white Honda Accord and made a run for it. His first stop, Chicago, where he stayed for 2 days before he decided to head west. Why Seattle, Washington?
I was just going to go there and be homeless.
Worthen claims he stayed there for about a month, begging for money. And by this point, a nationwide manhunt for him was well underway. With no money for hotels or gas, he ditched the car and headed south down the West Coast.
I hitchhiked from Seattle to Portland, from Portland to San Francisco, from San Francisco to Los Angeles.
Worthen says he stayed in L.A. for the next year, doing odd jobs and mowing lawns, fully aware he was a wanted man. Were you looking over your shoulder the entire time?
Yes. I was scared the entire time. Nervous and thought I was being watched.
He was right. After 16 months of being on the run, U.S. Marshals tracked him down at a hotel in Burbank. And Worthen believes a simple mistake he made led them straight to him.
I was told that my uncle contacted the marshals about me messaging him on Facebook, and the marshals tracked the phone I had and found me.
On October 5th of last year, the hunt was finally over. A bruised and bloodied Worthen was finally in cuffs.
I was scared, but it was kind of like, well, I don't have to run anymore. You know, I don't have to look over my shoulder anymore and feel like I'm running for my life.
10 days later, and under heavy guard, Worthen was brought back to Camden for questioning.
Will you explain why you're here to me?
I don't remember anything. That's the thing about it.
But do you understand that you're here on 2 murder charges?
Yes.
And then charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder.
When you saw them, what room were they in?
The bedroom.
Bedroom. The second bedroom? Braden's bedroom?
Yes.
Months went by, and then out of nowhere, Worthen appeared in court and pleaded guilty to the murders. You accepted a plea deal. Explain to me why. Some people might think that was the easy way out to avoid the death penalty.
I accepted it because I was honestly ready for all of this to be over with. As far as, you know, no more being in the media because of the trial. I won't have to go to trial, and I wanted it to be over with for myself and for everyone involved. You know, Alyssa and Braden's family and my family. I just wanted it to be done. I want everybody to have some kind of closure.
On November 1st, the Department of Correction transferred Worthen from the Ouachita County Jail to an intake unit in Malvern, where he could remain for up to 6 months. Once he's evaluated and classified as an inmate serving a life sentence, he will then be transferred to a maximum security unit, where he will remain for the rest of his life with no chance at parole, Dawn.
First of all, great job putting all of this together. A couple questions, though. When Worthen was on the run for 16 months, did he ever run into law enforcement?
It was very interesting when I asked him that question, because his response was, as a matter of fact, yes. While he was in Los Angeles, police actually had him in handcuffs because he matched the description of somebody else that they were searching for who was involved in a robbery. They questioned him, but at that particular time, they never asked him for his ID. Turns out they were looking for somebody else, and they released him.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about Angela? I mean, she said she got the closure she's been looking for. What's next for her? Is there a way she plans to honor her daughter and grandson?
Yeah, both she and her husband and other family members are still recovering. This is a long process, a very painful process. But she says once the healing gets better and it continues, at some point she would very much like to become an advocate for women who are victims of domestic violence. She wants to teach them to look out for the red flags so they know them ahead of time. And then eventually down the road, she would actually like to build a safe house for women and kids who might need help.
Well, I wish her the best with that.
Yeah.
Both good causes.
Yeah. We also want to remind you at home that there's a whole lot more to see and hear as it pertains to this case. You can go to our website right now, fox16.com. Once you're there, you can see the interrogation video of Jory Worthen when he arrived back in Camden after he was arrested. You can also watch the entire exchange between Angela and Worthen as the two of them go back and forth asking and answering questions. All of it is posted right now on our website, fox16.com.